I just watched the June 2024 Nintendo Direct, which means it's time to sit down and tell you what I thought. My name is James, and I started this channel simply because I love video games. If that sounds like you, please subscribe to my channel so that you can see more videos just like this. Let's get started. Nintendo announced a month or two ago that they were going to have a Direct in June. They've finally let it drop. They announced it not even 24 hours in advance. I got home from work and watched the Direct, and overall I thought the Direct was pretty good. There were some heavy hitters in there, but at 45 minutes I did think that there was going to be a little bit more for me in there. I thought they started the show and ended the show very strong, and stuff in the middle they kind of kept me interested, but there was also stuff in the middle that I know doesn't really appeal to me. So we'll kind of talk through each of those as we get there. By my count, they showed 32 games. We're going to talk through every single one of them, and I'll let you know which of these games appeal to me, what I think about them, and all that good stuff. Up first, we have Mario and Luigi Brothership. This one's interesting to me because I've been decently interested in the Mario and Luigi series, but I've never played any of the games, and so I've actually recently been looking for a way to get into the games. And so at first, I thought that this was going to be one of the older Mario and Luigi games being brought to Switch, which got me pretty excited. And then I found out it was a new game, which actually was a little bit of a letdown to me. But some of the older games, like the ones on like Game Boy Advance and stuff, might be available on Nintendo Switch Online. I will probably buy Mario and Luigi Brothership, but it might be I'm going to buy it down the line when I'm ready to play it, not necessarily a day one purchase for me. Number 2, we have NES World Championships. And I believe this is a game that's already been officially announced, because I want to say they've already been taking pre-orders and stuff for the physical edition. And this is a game that I was not familiar with NES World Championships before a couple weeks ago. Without really knowing what it is, I think the NES World Championships is going to be a pass for me. The next game they showed was Fairy Tail 2, which I knew pretty instantly this is not a game for me. I wrote down anime RPG. Available this winter. And I don't really know that I have anything else to say about it. Number 4, Fantasian Neo Dimension. This one is out this holiday, and they said something about it being from like the Final Fantasy creator or the composer or both or something. It went by kind of quick. I didn't really get all that. It is a turn-based RPG. It is very anime, but I actually wrote down this one actually looks pretty cool. They showed something with the attacks where like you can target an enemy. You can target an enemy over here, but then make your attack like swirl so that it hits this enemy up here before hitting this one down here. And so I thought that actually looked kind of cool. As somebody who hasn't really played a lot of turn-based RPGs, it looked like a fresh take to me, but I don't really know, but it did not catch my attention enough to get me to actually want to play the game. Nintendo Switch Sports is getting an update. This summer, they are adding basketball, and I think they said that you could play online with people, and you could do local competitions as well. And then I think there was a mode, it looks like a free throw mode or something, where I think it said 4 players could shoot all at the same time, which seems pretty cool. If we're being honest, I have Nintendo Switch Sports and I've never played it, but I don't think this update is going to get me into Switch Sports. Okay, the next one is called Mio Memories in Orbit, and all I wrote down was that it's coming out in 2025, and if I'm being perfectly honest, I completely could not remember what this game was, so I Googled it, and so the Steam site says, play as Android Mio in this mesmerizing Metroidvania where you explore the vessel, an enormous technological ark overgrown with machines gone rogue. Uncover its secrets, enhance Mio's abilities, and save the spaceship and its residents from oblivion. That description actually makes it sound really cool. I don't know. I didn't mark when I was watching the direct and taking my notes. I didn't mark this as a game that I wanted to check out or keep my eyes on or anything. Based off that description, this game sounds awesome. But this one's a maybe. Number 7, Disney Illusion Island is getting a free update later today. Absolutely not. Number 8, Hello Kitty Island Adventure. And we were probably like 15, 20 minutes in at this point. Maybe only like 10 to 15 minutes in. I literally like put my head in my hands and I was like, what are we doing? But Hello Kitty Island Adventure, definitely not for me. It is coming 2025 as a Switch timed exclusive. The next thing that they showed was Looney Tunes Wacky World of Sports. This one's definitely not for me, but I can see the appeal. It said that there would be 4 different sports playable, and it was kind of like an arcadey, in like an arcadey manner. And it also said that they would support 4-player co-op, but that's coming out this fall. Number 10, Among Us is getting an update. If we're being honest, I've never played Among Us. I'm not interested. This update is probably really cool for people that played the game, but it said that there's going to be like a couple new characters or something, and it was going to be available later today. As somebody who's never played it, I don't even understand what exactly this update is. Number 11, Farmagia. I don't know if they said the name of it in the video. If they did, I don't remember how to say it. This one's definitely not for me. It says, raise your own monster army. It looks like an anime farming game that is also somewhat of a Monster Hunter game and also kind of a Pokemon game. But that's coming out November 1st of this year, so pretty soon. Number 12, Donkey Kong Returns HD is coming out January of 2025. Donkey Kong Country Returns was originally for the Wii. I've never played this game. I've never played any really Donkey Kong games. And so I'm definitely interested in checking this one out. I'm curious if I should first check out Tropical Freeze, which has been on Switch for a while and was also on Wii U. I'm not really sure, but I'm looking forward to this one. 13 and 14. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake is out November 14th, 2025. And Dragon Quest I and II HD 2D remakes are going to be coming in 2025. I think I wrote this down wrong. I wrote November 14th, 2025. I think that's supposed to be 2024. I'm actually pretty certain it is. Which, we've known about the Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake for a while. But I believe this is the first time that we found out about Dragon Quest I and II remake. I'm not a Dragon Quest guy, but my understanding is that those 3 games are kind of one story arc. So it is odd that the 3rd game is going to be out first, and then the 1st and 2nd game are going to be out later. Who knows? Who knows? Number 15, Funko Fusion is out September 13th, 2024. Number 16, Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. This one I'm pretty excited for. We did already know about this game. I think this was announced last year in the June Direct as well. And let's see. This game actually comes out just a week and a half from when the Direct is. And this is pretty exciting. Originally, Luigi's Mansion 2 was released on the 3DS, which I've actually never played that one before. I've played Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube and Luigi's Mansion 3 on Switch, which actually I do have a full video of I do actually have a full Let's Play of Luigi's Mansion available on my channel if you'd like to check that out. I think I'm going to be buying Luigi's Mansion 2 HD on day one, but it kind of depends on what I'm playing around the time. Since it is a first-party Nintendo game, it will not be difficult to get physical cartridges, so I'm not really worried about that, so I might wait a little bit. Number 17, the new Denpa Man. Denpa Men. And this looks weird. I think I wrote down that it looks very much like Miitopia, but it supports 4-player local co-op. But when they showed that on the screen, there were 4 switches on the screen, so I don't know if each person would need their own switch or if 4 people would actually be able to play on one switch. It also said that it's free to play, which is interesting, which we don't really get that for a lot of Switch games, so that's good for somebody, not for me. I'm not checking this game out. Number 18, Metal Slug Attack Reloaded. And I've never actually played any Metal Slug games, and this is not what I thought Metal Slug was. This might be more of like a spin-off of Metal Slug, but this was like I wrote that it's a 2D battle side-scroller where it's like one person has like a base over here and one person has a base over here, and you're just like sending units out, and you want to overpower this person's units and be able to take out and be able to like destroy their base. It's very, I don't know of a better way to describe it than being, it looks like an iPhone game to me. But yeah, but that one I think is a re-release of a game, of an older game. I'm not really sure. It wasn't very clear to me. Maybe people that know more about Metal Slug would know, but that was actually available today. And then number 19 is Darkest Dungeon 2. And this one's actually coming out July 15th, so less than a month from when the Direct is. And I wrote down that artistically it reminds me of the Obsidian game Pentiment, which is also available out on Switch now. I don't think I'm going to be checking this game out. Number 20 is an update to Nintendo Switch Online, which one of these is actually very exciting to me, and then one of these is pretty exciting to me, and then 2 of them I don't really care about. First up, the Game Boy Advance game Link to the Past / 4 Swords is going to be on Nintendo Switch Online. This is very exciting to me. Link to the Past 4 Swords, specifically the 4 Swords part of that, is very difficult to get your hands on a Game Boy Advance cartridge. Even if you try playing it like with an emulator or something, it's very difficult to find a ROM for it that actually works, to the point that The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords is the only Zelda game that I've never played. And actually, fun fact, a lot of people know about the game 4 Sword Adventures, which was released on the GameCube, which I have that game. It's not very good. And a lot of people think that those are the same game, but they're not. I'm definitely going to be checking that one out. I've been playing through Doom lately, Doom 2016. And so that might be the next game that I check out after Doom. Next is Metroid Zero Mission, which, if you didn't know, is a complete overhaul and like remake with some extra stuff of the original Metroid on NES. I had thought that Zero Mission was already on Nintendo Switch Online, but I guess not. And something exciting here, the 5 main Metroid games, 1, 2, Super Metroid, Fusion, and Dread, all 5 of those games should be playable on Switch now. Returns is still the NES version, but it's cool that all 5 main games in that series are available on Switch. And then the other 2 games that they showed were both N64 games, and they were Turok Dinosaur Hunter and Perfect Dark, which I didn't know anything about either of those games. Number 21, Phantom Brave: The Lost Hero is coming out in 2025. And if I'm being perfectly honest, I don't remember what this game looked like. I would probably recognize it again if I saw the trailer, but I didn't mark it down as being something I'm interested in, so I'm just going to keep going. Number 22, what did they call it? Marvel vs. Capcom Collection. I don't think that's what it was called. I think that's what I called it. It also said that it was going to be 7 games, and it's coming out this year. However, they only named 3 games, so I don't really know what the other 4 games are going to be. The 3 games that they listed were X-Men vs. Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which I think is supposed to be one of the better Marvel vs. Capcom games, and then The Punisher, which I think is a side-scrolling beat 'em up. Number 23, Super Mario Party Jamboree. And this one got me unnecessarily excited. I haven't enjoyed the last few Mario Party games that I've played, but I do have a really soft spot in my heart for Mario Party 4 and 5 specifically. They said this game is going to include 5 new game boards and then 2 returning game boards from the one from the original Mario Party and then 1 from Mario Party 2, which I believe both of those games were on the N64, and that there was going to be one specific mode that would support 20 players online at the same time, which is pretty cool to me, but that's also not, I'm not playing these games to play online with people. But this game's actually out this year, October 17th, 2024. This is going to be the 3rd Mario Party game on Switch. There was Super Mario Party that came out in 2017, 2018, somewhere in there, which was not very good. I have that one. And so it's surprising to me that they're going back to the Super Mario Party name on this one, because then Mario Party Superstars, which came out probably 2019, 2020. My years might be off a little bit here. That game's supposed to be a lot better than Super Mario Party. Even though I haven't enjoyed a Mario Party game in a long time, I will almost definitely get this game when it comes out. Number 24, The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom. And this was actually the surprise of the show for me. This is a definite day one for me. I'm a huge Zelda fan, as you can tell, probably. As you probably know, just if you've been watching my stuff for a little bit. They said that this is going to be a new 2D game, and it looks to be in the same style or engine as the remake of Link's Awakening. And in this game, Link is taken and has gone missing, and so you finally... There's 20 games in the Zelda series, but you finally get to play as Zelda. And you're given this staff that can, reproduce objects, that you can copy an object and then and then you can, reproduce that object, many different times. I wrote down that it looks kind of puzzly, which I love. I love puzzle games. And it's coming out super soon, which is September 26th. 2024, which is very, very exciting to me. Also, they announced a Zelda edition of the Switch Lite, which is interesting to some people, but not to me. We're going to go through these next ones kind of quickly because I don't really think there's a lot exciting here. Just Dance 2025 is coming out October 2024. Lego Horizon Adventures, which was revealed at Jeff Keighley's thing a few days ago, is coming out holiday 2024. Stray, the cat game, is coming to Switch. This game is actually great. Number 28, Tales of the Shire, a Lord of the Rings game. The fact that they feel the need to put a Lord of the Rings game in the title pretty much tells me everything I need to know about this game. It basically looks like Animal Crossing with a Hobbit skin on it. I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy, so this game's probably not going to be for me. But that's coming out holiday 2024. Number 29, Ace Attorney Investigations Collection hits the Switch September 6th, 2024, which this looks like it's 2 games. If I'm being honest, it looks just like every Ace Attorney game to me. But my wife, who is I don't know if I could say big Ace Attorney game, but she played the Ace Attorney trilogy. She said that it looks good and that she'll probably check it out, so I'm not recommending it, but she did. Number 30, the 100-line Last Defense Academy. And this one, it was kind of weird the way they were trying to add a story and stuff into this line defense game. It was something about defending the school that you're at for 100 days or something like that. But that's coming out early 2025. Romancing Saga 2. Revenge of the Seven. And I guess this is a remake of this game. I'm not familiar with this game at all. And I had written down that at first it looked like a third-person action-adventure game, but then it looked more like a turn-based RPG. So maybe like a third-person adventure game with turn-based combat, if that even makes sense at all. But that's coming out October 24th, 2024, so pretty soon. And then the final thing that they showed was Metroid Prime 4. And I gotta say, Metroid Prime 4 looks pretty good. They showed gameplay. Oh, it's called Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. And as you know, if you've been keeping up with my channel, I am a huge Metroid Prime fan. I have a full playthrough of both Metroid Prime 1 and 2 on my channel. And I'll probably do Metroid Prime 3 at some point as well. Anyway, they said Metroid Prime 4 coming out 2025. And I don't think they specifically said it's coming to Switch, which to me says this is going to be a launch game for the next console. But the footage that they showed didn't really look like next console stuff. So a lot of questions there for me. Anyway, it is exciting to see Metroid Prime 4. However, as much as I want Metroid Prime 4, I do want Metroid Prime 2 and 3 on Switch before that. Just so that everybody can be kind of caught up on that story and everything. Which I know they'll probably in Metroid Prime 4 put this is my first Metroid button. Or whatever, they'll put a thing in there to get you up in the story. But I feel like playing the story for yourself is probably what would be the most rewarding. But anyway, that is everything that was shown off at the Nintendo Direct. Please drop a comment. Let me know what you thought of this Nintendo Direct. Which games are you gonna check out? Are you interested in? Gonna keep your eyes on? So to recap this, games that I said I'm gonna be interested in are Mario and Luigi Brothership, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, Luigi's Mansion HD, Nintendo Switch Online, Four Swords, definitely, Super Mario Party Jamboree, The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. So a good selection of games in there for me, and I think that's it. That's all I got for you today, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. And the best way to keep up with me is on Twitter and on Instagram at James_Solar. Thanks, guys.